Oops. Welcome to Tea Time with Kitty. Welcome. Giving everyone a chance to get all logged in. I'm trying to. This thing right here has its moment sometimes. Welcome. I don't know why the camera is doing. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, I think that's better. I think that's better. Hey sis. Hey sis. I meant to call you today too. Hey, so the topic today is first and foremost, it is my month. So you all can tell me happy birthday all month long, whatever floats your boat. So again, welcome. I do want to give a few shout outs. It is a little nippy outside today, so we got to make sure we have some hot tea. Hey, Religan. So let's see. This is my birthday month, and today's topic will be the uncomfortable no. Thank you, sister. I know we talked about no before, and just having to say no or when you need to put your foot down. But we're going to talk about saying no in a comfortable part of it because we know sometimes saying no to those we love is not easily said than done. So that topic definitely will fit me best, especially being in my birthday month. Hey sis, it's definitely something that I would need to learn to do. Sanaya, I'm sorry, I need you please. Hey sis, yeah, so we're gonna go through a few birthdays. So it's May and May 1st. Let's see, we had a few birthdays. So my little cousin Damani and my little cousin Ray Khan, my niece Mumu, my little sister Mimi will be celebrating her birthday on Friday. Hey Donald. Um, and you all know that I am the 11th. So I do want to give a few other shout outs before we get started because you all know how much my birthday is a big deal. Hey, sir. But it's going to be a little minimized because Shamika is having another prom. Layla will be 19. Layla's the 10th, right? Is Layla's birthday the 10th, sis? Because that's my twin niece. 19. Wow, 19. The third. Oh, okay. That's today. Is today the third? Hold on. Yeah, today is the third. Happy birthday, niece 19. Where did time go? Oh wow. And Mumu was I think the first, and y'all they're the same age. So so Layla and Mika daughter Mumu are the exact same age, my Taurus nieces. Yes. Wow, 19. Happy birthday to them. So I let's see what else. Okay, so a few other shout outs. So Shamika will be going to prom. As you know, I did a prom for her and Donald back in 2020 during COVID and some other graduates. But Shamika program has an extended portion of it where she's worked on the base, but still affiliated with Suitland. So she will have her official prom this year. So that will be the 19th. Her prom send off is going to be on May 19th. So if you all are interested in attending, please make sure you text me so I can send you the information with the time and all that good stuff. Happy birthday, Ma and Tisa. Thank you so much. Yes, May 19th. My cousin Latrell, she has two sons that will be graduating from high school this year, and they're going to prom. One is going on my birthday, May 11th, so that will be part of my birthday celebration. And the other one, I believe, is in June. I have to confirm that. Hopefully, she'll chime in with us. Let's see. My little cousin just recently went to prom out in Maryland. Anybody else? Any more proms or graduation? Mika, I know that Nadia should graduate next year, if I'm not mistaken, right? Anybody else with any proms or graduations that we don't want to miss? This time of the season is one of the best things that I get to celebrate my birthday with, and that's graduations. Yep, it's up next year for her. That's graduations and Mother's Day, right? Mother's Day is a special day, but just graduations. But what was so important to me that I really paid attention to? Matter of fact, one of my um ADAs at my job, ADs, I'm sorry, take the other A off. One of the ADs at my job, son was just selected for the NFL, right? So there's something that goes on now, and I don't remember it going on when Pookie and Yanni was in school, but they can kind of chime in and let me know where they have this signing day, right? And anyone can jump in at any second and correct me if I'm off on the wrong page with this. But I'm thinking signing day is when you choose. I remember we did something like that for my niece Seb, that when you choose the university or whatever you're going to do at the school, and you kind of sign, because for the most part students normally get several, they apply several places, they get several offer letters, but this is the big day that you get to sign for where you want to go. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that what the decision day? Decision day. So signing day and decision days are two different days. So maybe the signing day. Okay, sign letter of intent. Okay, decision day. So I've really seen people all up and down the Facebook timeline posting their children's pictures, um, posting their their cap and gowns, the school of their choice. Hey Shamika, that meant so much to me, because let me tell you this as a parent in this Mother's Day month. Let me tell you this as a parent. We all go through trials and tribulation, right? So if you are a young person, so now I got a problem coming up too. If you are a young person, there is nothing that brings joy to your parents than doing the right thing. They may not always say it. They may often get on your last piece of nerve. They you all may go back and forth at times. But please know and please do understand that nothing is more important than making your parents proud of you. So when you're dealing with that piece of peer pressure and following behind your friends and thinking that you have all the answers, know that your parents yearn for you. Know that they're thinking about you, they're praying for you. Some in situations where they're not even eating. So when people have kids that's doing great things, it is our obligation to brag on them, right? To show the world what your seed is doing. My daughter just got another opportunity, for increase, good news, all that good stuff from her job today. So I definitely want to congratulate her, because she was just talking about, oh, well, this could be this way. And I tell people all the time, count your blessings. If you count your blessings, you will continue to see what's in store for you. Don't measure your life, your expectation, your goals on anyone else. But it's very important that you count your blessings, right? Also, May is Mental Health Month. We talked about mental health a lot in the month of March and April, but I do want to remind you to please take care of your mental health. And while you're taking care of your mental health, please make sure that you are getting your dentist visit in. Go see the dentist. It's time for me to get ready to go. Go see the dentist right when you're getting your heart checked and your blood pressure checked and your weight checked. Please go to the dentist. Dentist is very important. Very important. Take good hygiene of your mouth. Okay. Yes, peer pressure, messed up, shaking my head, but I'm on my way. Exactly. On your way, right? Are you proud of me? Okay, she's asking not proud of her. Leave me alone, Sonata. You always gotta be back. Gotta be, but yes, I am proud of you for attempting to do the right thing. So let's see. Before we get into the topic is the uncomfortable no. So I want to hear from you all right now. When you hear the uncomfortable no, what does that mean to you? The uncomfortable no. Because some of us are extremely good at saying no, right? So we're not talking about that. Thank you, sister. We're talking about the uncomfortable no. The no that you don't really want. Dental issues can affect the heart, can definitely. I remember someone died a few years ago, and that really showed me the importance of great dental hygiene. Take care of your hygiene. But when you're talking about the uncomfortable no, what does that look like, right? So I have been interviewing for my job for this past week, because I'm always interviewing before the past week. And I just want to remind people that when you're preparing for something, don't be a procrastinator like me. First and foremost, don't be a procrastinator. Test out your equipment. Like, you would not want to be waiting for this ideal job that you've been waiting to get for so long. You finally get the interview, and we're on a virtual interview, and your mic don't work or your camera don't come on. I fell into that line with tea time several times with having sound issues. But the only thing about it, the tea timers give me another chance. So sometimes you may get that interview and may not get another chance. So please, that was just placed on me today to let you all know. If you are prepared for an interview, even if it's in person, give yourself an extra 30 minutes to get there in case you miss a light or if it's an accident. Because sometimes we just don't get a second chance at things that's outside of our control. So, for what we can control, let's truly, truly, truly work on putting that at the forefront. Another experience, I had the opportunity to work overtime this Saturday in person. I'll be on a project for the next couple of months, actually. But it was an experience because I had not done overtime at my new location, and I haven't actually done it in over a year. But okay, okay, we'll do. But it's very important that to know that different people approach is different. Some people are more direct. Some people are more, hidden behind something and may not want to come to the forefront. But I have learned, and it's not easy all the time. I have learned to use my uncomfortable no a lot at work. So I know that we have a lot of bosses on the line now, and some of us are not bosses. It could just be parents or in your relationship. What is an uncomfortable no? I need to know what your uncomfortable no is. While we're waiting to jot some of those things down, I know a lot of people are uncomfortable. Some are bold, but some are uncomfortable with telling people, no, you can't drive my car. Some people may be uncomfortable with saying, no, you can't come stay in my house. Some people may be uncomfortable with just saying, no, I can't lend you this money or give you this money, right? Anyone else on the line have an uncomfortable no? Have you ever been in a situation where you had to use your uncomfortable no? What did that look like? We're looking for uncomfortable no's at this time. Uncomfortable no's. And I just need to see if I have anything because remember, if you do not wish to comment in the chat, you can always text your response to 202-758-8941 so that it can be a bit more private. Do anyone have an uncomfortable no? It could be in your job, it could be parenting, it can be with your spouse. What does an uncomfortable no look like? And I know someone has to have an uncomfortable no because I know we're not all just saying yes to everything. My uncomfortable no, and I was listening, my station is 104.1. And the what she was saying on 104.1 is if I don't have to explain my yes to you, I don't have to explain my no, right? And I had never looked at life that way. So normally, if I was to say yes, you will accept that and you'll be done. Okay, yes, she's coming. Here we go. But when someone says no, we always require a response, right? So, do you have to give someone a response to your no? I have to tell people I know about leave, laugh out loud, especially funeral. Okay, I hate to tell people, about leave, especially funeral leave. So is that like in the work, when they want to take off for a funeral? I need a little bit more from you, sis. Hey, Nika. I'm very comfortable with telling people no, especially when it comes to work. But it's hard for me to tell my younger siblings or my mom no. Wow, because we looked at your staff, we looked at your children, but wow, saying no to a parent, what does that look like? Do you have like an example that's not too intimate to share with what that no looks like? Wow, it's hard for me to tell family and close friends no. Yes, when they lack leave and really want to be off and got you, sis. Okay, okay, leave can definitely be a factor. Leave can definitely be a factor. So them trying to express the importance of what they want to be off for, but they fail to manage their leave correctly. Has anyone ever been asked to co-sign for someone? Has anyone ever been asked to co-sign for someone? Whenever she asks me for something, I'm going to get it for her, right? And not have to use no. And and the thing that when they were talking about it on 104.1, the key thing they said about the uncomfortable no is you have to set boundaries. And that's something else that I never looked at. I never looked at it as setting boundaries. I do not owe you an explanation if I don't want to come to something. I don't owe you an explanation if I don't want. Now, out of courtesy and out of respect, you probably will communicate it to someone. especially if it's maybe your wedding day, right? But and I had a hard time understanding this because I would go to funerals, right? And most people know me as the funeral queen because I'm going to go to just about anybody funeral that I knew or I'm gonna go to support someone that I love, right? And I would go to funerals and just a family member funeral about a year ago. And this family member had I think he has about 16 kids. And only three was at his funeral. So that was hard for me to process because I'm like, oh wow, like why is his kids not at his funeral, right? But then, sometimes us on the outside looking in, we're like, he was in the home with them. He was, but you never know. And it didn't have to be anything that the deceased person did. It could have just been the place that the children was in. But I am now learning to understand that people don't really have to give an explanation for what they choose to or choose not to do. Hey, Mimi, thanks for joining. We was just telling you happy birthday. And we also want to give you a shout out for being recognized as Officer of the Month. I hope I got that right. So congratulations and happy birthday, Mimi. Let's see. Oh, so somebody just commented and texted me and said, yes, Weeping Wanda, like they agree that I go to too many funerals. It's hard for me to exclude people from events. And that, and oh my gosh, I'm going to read some comments and we're going to come back to that because I know Mika's going to be able to help us out really well with this. Yes, when they, okay, so we got the lack lead. Whenever she asked me for something, okay, you got that for her. So we got, hey, y'all. Okay, oh, thanks. Okay, so the person just said, when you have to have an uncomfortable no can be limiting an event. Let's talk about that. I'm getting married and I only have 100 slots, right? Actually, I only got 50 because I have 50 and my spouse had 50, and we can only have 100 people on this venue. Is that the uncomfortable no? Because some people won't make the cut. And I know, Mika, you had an experience like that before. How do you deal with that? Is that an uncomfortable no? Is everybody going and you're just going to make the money fall out the sky? Or are you going to have to practice some uncomfortable no's? Right, because it's not about that person. It's not about that person. Exactly. So, what is your best no going to look like in a situation like that, right? Because that was a very good example. Because we sometimes think about the uncomfortable no when someone wants to borrow money or things of that nature, but not when it comes down to everybody not being able to make the cut. I understand. I'm not taking it personally. I'm sorry. Right. So you could be the one that did not make the cut, right? And it could have been an uncomfortable no because, hey, you could sometimes be so close to people that you thought that you made the cut and you didn't, right? So all of that has a lot to do with that uncomfortable no. Anyone else have any more examples of what the uncomfortable no look like? What does the uncomfortable no look like, right? One of my uncomfortable no's is taking Nala to the dollar store, right? And it's not the dollar store anymore, it's the $1.25 store. And I have to say over and over to her that she can get two things. So it's really uncomfortable, really, and it's not even a matter of not having enough, because of course she could easily get 5 or 10 items out of the dollar store, but I want her to be able to start being able to choose and know that you don't have to have everything at one time. So that's a truly uncomfortable no for me because I could just easily pay for the 10 items, but then the message wouldn't be. So all the way to the line, you have to keep reminding her how many things can you get? And it's actually helping her to count and how many things do you have. So she'll normally have about 5 things in her arm, and she does really good with transitioning, coming down to 2 items, and sometimes she'll do so well with it that she can get 3 items. But it's just definitely teaching her boundaries at even a young age that when we come in here, because most of the time I'm running in there, I'm normally going in there getting a gift bag and a card for someone's birthday or an event. So and we can easily be in there forever, just her picking up things. But it's teaching a lot of lessons as it relates to her with boundaries and knowing what you come in the store to get and just staying focused. It does so much. I'm really not uncomfortable about saying no because I respect when people tell me no. Excellent. I'm just not a people pleaser. Wow. So you think that most of the time people that have the issues with the uncomfortable no are people pleasers. And I would love to hear from my brother Chucky because he was always very, very, very stern with his children. When I have to tell a man, or when I have been told by a man that I'm not interested anymore, that can be, oh wow, that's a big one. Okay, that's a big one. An uncomfortable no. Not cheating on a person, not arguing with the person, not ghosting the person, but being able to come out and tell the person exactly and directly, we cannot go anywhere else with this. This is it. It stops here. Okay. Everything is not for everybody. If someone doesn't invite me out to drink, I get it. No, I don't want you this event, but you can come to the karaoke night. And that's so important because like I tried to give a selection for my birthday because I know that I pull people thin when it comes to my birthday, but wanting to do all these things. But this year, because I'm really in a different season, I thought I was giving people an opportunity to choose what day they wanted to celebrate with me, but some of the events had to be scaled back. But it's okay because 50 is coming. I can smell it and my bones can feel it. Right? Let's normalize no being a complete sentence. Let's normalize no being a complete sentence. Let's normalize no. So it goes back to the 104.1 show. When I tell you yes, that's fine. But when I tell you no, it requires an additional response. Why is that? My no is stated just like my yes. That's it. End of the story. I don't have to explain my no. Lord, yes, he's quick to say no. Yes. Why? Definitely, definitely quick to say no. On the most part, the people closest to me is always yes. No, because Chucky, even though it be funny nose, sometimes I'll be like, why? I'll be like, Chucky, why? I don't know why. Tell me. Like I'll be so dramatic, like, why? No, but he's so dramatic with all of that. But definitely, you do butter up the babies with the yes all the time. But us adult family members of y'all, we definitely get the no from you, Chucky. We definitely get the no. I don't owe you an explanation. And Mika is saying, yes, Mimi, they're on it. No, period. No, it doesn't have to. Why we can't date no more? You don't like me? Is it something I said? You don't like it? I don't want to date you anymore. I don't want to date you anymore. And now you're beginning to scare me. So be able to take that I don't want to date you no more and go on where you were about to go. And I think that that's what makes relationships so much healthier when we focus on being honest. Like if it's over with someone, let them know it's over. Don't drag them along. Don't feed people false hope and false dreams. Is this over? Hey, I've been thinking, and this is really not working, and this is the end. Don't doubt yourself. Don't feel guilty. Don't let guilt make you say yes, or don't let guilt make you keep going. It was important to me to teach my kids boundaries. I so respect that. I wish I would have done the same. So most of the time, they had to tell me why they desire something. And I wish I would have been that parent. Love them to death, but I definitely, definitely, definitely recognize my areas that I should have done better in parenting. Setting boundaries. You're not going to pressure me into anything or guilt trip me. Do not pressure me. Do not guilt trip me. That is an excellent place to be in. And it definitely speaks to your security within yourself that I don't have to go on. I don't have to worry about what you think. I'm secure within myself. This is the decision that I made. Yeah, something may come back from it. It may not always work down the line, but right now, here today, this is my final answer. Okay, we have a question coming in on the chat. Oh my gosh, this is a great one. I have an uncomfortable no when people who live in the hood want a ride somewhere. Oh my, I will never forget. This is a good one. Me and my cousin, and back then I wasn't as scary as I am now. I ain't gonna even say scary as attentive as I am now, right? My radars wasn't up as high. And I went to a cabaret with my cousin. She invited me. Went with my cousin. And at the time, my cousin was living around Savannah. So, Savannah Terrace Park Lane, we all in good hands. It's fine. Okay. I done ran both of those ways. I know I'm taking my cousin home, regardless of what it looks like. I'm taking her home, right? So when we get into the car, my cousin is bringing her friend with her. And my cousin says to her, because I'm a nice person, my cousin will give you a ride. So I'm like, oh, the nice me, I ain't know no better. It's probably been 15 years ago. I'm like, okay. So I remember I had just got my brand new white Yukon Denali XL with the tinted windows, and the girl lived around Woodland. Now let me tell you this. When I would be going out, they would break in my car a lot, thinking that it was a guy car, thinking that it probably was a gun or something in it. So at the club, they would break into my Denali a lot, to the point where I learned to leave my doors unlocked. And I wasn't even, on my fanciest stage in life. I think I was probably living down Washingtonville at the time. I don't know if I was living in Washingtonville, if I had bought the house in no, I had to been living in Suitland. It was 15 years ago, not unless it was longer. But she said Woodland. Oh my gosh. She said all I could think about is me having a vehicle that looks more like a male would drive with tinted windows, riding around Woodland 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, I ain't taking you up no Woodland. She was like, why? She was very fit. First of all, I don't even know you and you ain't my friend, right? You my cousin friend. And I don't know how long my cousin known you, because some people call people friends quicker than others, right? But what I do know is this Denali ain't taking you around Woodland. Now I do want you to get home safe. So I'm gonna drop you right off here at 7th District. Because she had some little curse words and that, but she did take the ride and she got out at 7th District. And she went on her way. I dropped my cousin off around Savannah and I went on my way, because I am not people in the hood. Y'all know them people. We don't know them people. Stop saying you good. You not even good around there. And I say all the time, if somebody willing to keep their children in that, then you really can't protect me, right? So I'm not giving you a ride around there, right? Because the thing I always say is, you say if something happened to your car, I'll get you one. Really? Well, get you one. Get you one. Get you the car that you're willing to get me if something happened to my car. Just get it for yourself, right? Because self is first. Self takes precedence, right? So instead of you getting me a car, if somebody shoot my windows out when I pull up here, just go ahead and get you some windows for your car, and that will alleviate the whole situation. So that is really a good one. Someone wanting you to take them home in an area that you're not familiar with, because a lot of times when neighborhoods are beefing, they know everybody car, color, and tag number down pat. So I don't got time to be rolling up. I ain't even took my new car around my way yet. And I don't even claim no hood, but my way where I grew up there. I ain't even took my car around there yet. Because y'all don't know this car and y'all ain't coming after I'm all shot up there. Somebody, oh, y'all, that's Kitty. No, thank you. I ain't taking my car around here. So again, if you know you live in Friendly Fire, right? If you know you live in Friendly Fire, I'm not gonna say that it's probably because it ain't got to necessarily be low income. It ain't got to necessarily be a hood, because a lot of different things go on different places. But if you live around Friendly Fire and I see your neighborhood often on Murder Mayhem, or what is the other one that they use? I forgot the name of the other one. Don't ask nobody for a ride. You shouldn't even be calling the Uber going around here. But do not be asking nobody for a ride. You got that Friendly Fire going on. They know your car or they know your feet. You going home by yourself. Don't be putting nobody else, because all you can do is cry and apologize to somebody's family, right? Because we all know that the hood ain't even loyal to each other. So there's no reason to think that it's loyal to a friend of a friend, right? Definitely get someone else to do it. Get someone else to do it, right? And go ahead and cuss me out. It'll be okay. But get someone else to do it, because I did not spend all these years working 2 jobs and going to school and overtime anytime I could get it to live somewhere nice to come around your Friendly Fire. Keep it. Get somebody else to do it and get somebody else to take you. Did you speak to your cousin because she was out of line? I don't care how. Well, we were a little younger, so I'm thinking that it probably was over 20 years ago, because I've been at White Owl Way for 20 years. So I'm thinking that, I don't know. I cannot recall. But no, and don't be saying my cousin, our cousin, right? Um, but no, other than me being direct, because back then my mouth ain't have as much filter, letting her know that she wasn't getting in the car with me, right? Let's see what else we have. Sherelle said, laugh out loud now for real. I offered you a ride, not your girlfriend, but okay. I don't like that. Let's not let it happen again. That's definitely something to say. And if I had more sense back then, I probably would have, but I ain't care about nobody's feelings. All I know is that 7th District is the closest safe location I can get you to Woodland, right? So just cut through the back of the fire station, beat your feet, listen to some music in your head, and you'll be home just like Cinderella, right? Um, let's see, friendly, some not friendly fire. Yes, it's friendly fire because it has to be friendly because if it ain't your friend, why you keep going back around there getting some more? You know, like something's really wrong with someone who runs when the gunshot starts, and as soon as it starts, you go stand right back in the same place, not down the street, not across the street, but you go right back where they were just shooting at you at. So that is very concerning. DMV hood in New York. Um, I don't care. Our cousin needs to get it together, and you know you got a lot of cousins. So I don't know. Yeah, okay, Mimi, got it. Definitely do. So, if I hope that you all got something, someone may have an issue that they are waiting for a yes or a no on. Let me encourage you to be your best you. My sister just had a topic recently, and make sure you go and support her. Each step with each step and it talked about spinning the block. And spinning the block was actually when you date someone that you've already dated before, and it may did not work out, or you may have separated, and you revisit that relationship with someone. And people's different opinion on if you would spin the block or not. I would tell people all the time, do what's best for you. If you want to spin it 10 times, spin it. If you never want to spin it again, don't. But get into a habit of doing what makes you happy, right? And stop looking for so much validation from others. I'm definitely in a season where I am learning to be healthy about what's for me, what I need to do for me, and not take it so much. Like it's to the point now where I hardly ever have to call someone for an opinion. It's very my circle has shrunk with people that I may call on for an answer or an opinion. So please, 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 um, love on yourself. This is Mental Health Month. Get out and celebrate those, especially some young people that's doing what they supposed to do. You know, the ones that you're talking about and thought wouldn't make it, like how they said about me when I was a young mom that thought you would make it, and then you the one servicing them, right? Um, yeah. So Mika, make sure you share your podcast link with Tea Time each and every on Wednesday so we can support you. I thank you all so much for sipping with a sister. I look forward with sipping with you all next week. Next week will be my birthday eve, so I'm gonna have to try to have some music playing in the background so we can turn up a little bit. I'm gonna have me a nice glass of wine, and we're gonna do what we do. Oh, so you don't even spin it with free. Okay, so that's gonna have to be a topic soon. Okay, no old ones. Okay, that's gonna be a topic, Mimi. Um, okay, so let's support Mika and thank you all so much. And we will see you all again next week. Thank you so much.